This is the history of the Limaru Metro. The first part of the Limaru Metro was opened by the Lipan Railway Company from East End to Tui stations, now part of the Lipan Line. This was then extended to West End and also to Lipan Central. Afterwards, an eastward extension to Riverside was also approved. This followed by the Pineapple Company building a railway between Seven Sisters Yard and Bush Llewellyn. This was to be used as the Tulsa Line later. Now it's still a pineapple shipping line. A few years later, the Emerald part of Limaru started developing their own railways. The Koigara Railway Company, also known as KGR, developed a line from Kamihama Daito District to Sanjo stations. Around the same time, the Washington Metro Company also operated their line between Portland Street and Great Washington Station, which is now Emerald Central Station. Besides that, they also operated a line to Higashiyama, which the KGR also followed. This also led to the closure of Sanjo Station, as the KGR expanded the line to Emerald Central. Next, the loop around that the Emerald Line is famous for opened. This stretches all the way until Sakurami Town. A line was planned between Rieri and Seven Sisters, but that never happened. Down west, the Tulsa Line was built between Legacy Road and Land's End. This was owned by the East-West Company. New colors followed suit. The Cotton Line, as we know it today, was built from West End using old Lipan Line tracks to Piao Junction and later extended to Fisher's Wharf and Flower Hill. The express route also came next. The next change to the metro came in the form of the Nambuku Line, stretching all the way from Lipan Airport to Emerald Central via the two loop tracks that the Emerald Line is famous for. The Lipan Loop Line, using old tracks, also started its service around Koro Junction, Lipan Airport, and all the way down to Tui. Next, Lipan Pier was built, so the Cotton Line was extended to Lipan Pier, and also a branch was connected to the new Koro Junction station. Around this time, the Lipan Line was extended to Northern. The Lipan and Mount Vernon Railway Company, which had formerly been a main line, was converted to Metro, and the Tulsa Line Loop was built, along with a branch to Saigon. The Lipan Line service was extended next, all the way down to New Traxxia Central. But this was changed to Hanemiya Airport when it opened. Nowadays, Hanemiya Airport has been closed, and thus, the route was changed back to New Traxxia Central. One of the branches of the Nambuku Line was closed. The Tennoji Line was built next, going from Piao Junction all the way down to Mori Station, which is not shown in this video. The Tokaido Line was also extended along mainline tracks to Bush Llewellyn, and all the way down to Shinkura. Also, the Tulsa Line was extended to another server. This was followed by an extension of the Tokaido Line to Flower Hill. A new color was shown on the map, as the Marina Liner became a metro line. Next, the Key Line was built between Tail Junction, and Woodlands, while the Hannon Line was also built at the same time, firstly between Kamihama Mizuna District and Nakano, and later changed to Ibara, but the route was also changed a few times, firstly to ply by new stations, then finally to ply by the Tokaido Line tracks. The two parts of the Hannon Line and the Key Line were connected together. Next, some existing main lines began to convert to metro lines. For example, the Sher Line, which actually was the only example. This meant that the Tokaido Line was also extended to North Junction. And lastly, the newest piece of track in Limaru, which was the Shatong Line. This was built in one phase, from Korea Junction all the way to Inala. And that completes the Limaru Metro today. The Tozai Line was then extended to Waji City via the East-West Line, while Northern became an interchange for future server partners.